if the entirety of Winstrike was over their half of the map, or if they split up. And we'll see some of these.
It'll stay there.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, someone might find that. Someone might get the double here at 3 minutes in. Nobody goes to pick that one up. And let's say, yeah, see if mellojul could have a bit of a better job, but maybe slowing down Red Bull's game earlier, or at least being able to punish his rotations. Of course, this is DP, at least a hero that if Mars does try and make those moves to the side lanes at level 6, DP can start putting the pressure onto the tower, which was, of course, something that EXTREMUM struggled with last game, as they barely got any towers or objectives away from Winstrike. Now they've at least got a good hero to rally around and do it with.
Yeah, I want to see how this matchup ends up too, because last game, Rebel, he took over the matchup as this Mars. I think he's gonna have a pretty decent one in mid, but mellojul at least just has dispersed siphons, so like you'll always be able to get a good chunk out of this here.
Yeah, I think mellojul's gonna have a good chance of just having a better impact across the board here.
Yeah.
And side lanes.
Watch out, as we said. There's a lot of fragility issues that could happen in this game pretty quickly. You need a lot of different things on your Death Prophet. You want your Yules probably still in the game just to cover yourself, but you need armor. This is going to be a very big thing that we're going to keep saying about this game, is just armor, armor, armor on the side.
So far, looking at what we have on each side of the map, we're seeing top lane. What we got?
Oh, this is the way that they're setting up the pull. It's dyrachyo pulling.
Okay.
And the Oracle was actually farming the lane, because the troll was having trouble contesting a couple last hits. So gets 1 or 2 on the Oracle, and he even gets himself a courier now walking in.
All right, I guess, yeah, just a little bit concerned about laning against the Razor and the static link. Wanting to go for the easier option.
I like seeing like little things like that, right? It can help. Sure, you don't get drained. Your Oracle gets like 1 or 2 last hits.
See, so far down bottom, pretty even start here for chshrct and nefrit.
Yep.
And both cores in this lane seem to, they have got enabling support. This Lion Slardar easily run down someone at the same time. Lifesteal, if he gets buffed up by the Grimstroke, he's going to be charging straight in for the Lion.
I love Lion. Just watching this here on lane is just so satisfying too. Your animation, your tack, it's so nice. They're even going to get the side pull off down here as I am staring at that Lion. So they'll be able to reset lane positioning. But G also gets a stacked pull off. So good stuff coming out from both sides right now.
It's early days, but already feeling a little better for EXTREMUM compared to what they were starting off with in game 1. All 3 cores getting to farm. Nobody to die quite yet. That's a nice peaceful beginning that nobody's missing out on anything on.
And Shachlo is going to be able to apply some pressure. He is slowing down the troll very tiny bit. He's missing a couple of assets, and I like that he did this. He started with stick, immediately upgrades it to the wand, buys the raindrop. With that raindrop, there's no way he's going to die up here. Once he gets to deny all that little bit of damage.
Right on pantomem here, but Panto's still got the salve, so it's going to be fine against this. And is trading with the troll up top enough, though? Like, do you need to be seeing this Razor and Shaker actually getting kills and slowing down his farm a little more? Like, when you draft this sort of lane, is an even trade good enough?
I think they want to go for a kill soon. I think as soon as he hits level 4 on Shachlo, and they have like the level 2 Link, it's a lot more threatening. Level 1 Link is just really the most powerful, and to slow down that troll. Once he has 2, they'll be able to actually do more. But yeah, they want to apply more. They don't want this troll to be the top CS.
Yeah,
not getting all these denies either.
No. And now the levels are in for dyrachyo. He's barely missing a creep up here, as he's not getting slowed down at all at the moment by Shachlo and Chu.
They all have boots. Everyone just got boots up here, so they Razor and Shachlo. He actually can't stick on target. Even though he has his own boots, they're a bit speedy. Now the Fidget, pretty good. That's all.
Well, I mean, that should miss out on some creeps for this next creep wave with the damage being taken away. Is low on the mana as well, so only had the one ability able to spam. So it's come to an end, so not really missing out on too much whatsoever. Chu, he's going to try and make a movement over towards the mid with the smoke. See if he can set up onto Relbel, but Relbel's pretty tanky.
Not 6 yet. Mello is 6. They actually could get.
I guess with the ghost, yeah, they could commit in. See if they can find the angle to try for it. Relbel's being careful. The ping comes out on mid. I think that, yeah, they know what's up.
So rotating immediately, we see the Oracle starting to get in position. Not with the TP, he's saving his.
Yeah, now they want EXTREMUM to go.
Yeah, he's about to hit 6 on the Mars too. Another TP now. G is the one swinging over.
Here we go. So to start the move, Relbel's going to immediately push back mellojul.
Not too shabby though. He still has Exorcism running for the tower. They have Catapult going too. Rebel, he's going to try to get that creep aggro. Try to slow down that push a little bit here.
Let's see how much damage you can get done to the tower here with this ghost. Still do have the 3 of them here. Ooh. Well, he tries Rebel, but not quite. Not quite.
Off the mark. I think EXTREMUM should be pretty damn happy with all this happening. We have Shachlo, the Razor in a 1v1 versus the Troll right now. You have a Lifestealer in a 1v1 versus the Slardar 2. And you're forcing these reactions. This is what they want to be doing. They got about half damage on the tower too. Not too bad for the first catapult rotation. And of course, Mars missed the ult. Bad, not bad. Yamich should be able to find this D ward, and we did see 2 wards placed around the mid lane from EXTREMUM. A nice little gold influx for him. And he stacks. Very nice. Good efficient move forward here.
Radiant's middle tower is
we
under
got
attack.
bottom. chshrct, no surprise from the build, but he's got queued up the blinking as the solar crest.
Yep.
And
very standard now at this point.
What are we going to have from nefrit? He is going to stick to the armlet lifestealer.
Armlet, yeah, you have to versus Slardar as well. And it's the best item on strength melees in the game now at this point.
Has quite a few buffs over the patches.
Feels so nice. It feels so nice on almost any strength melee. As we see, he actually commits the point into Ghoul Frenzy. Does not actually take Infest. Doesn't even save a skill point for it, in fact.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's top lane. I'll get the drain on to dyrachyo, but he's got the movement speed to back off. So definitely been a bit of a nuisance for the Troll, but not really slowing down dyrachyo's farm.
Tiny little bit. He is level 5. Now he's hit 6. Shachlo has a significant experience again.
So the ult is going to come to an end though on Shachlo.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So dyrachyo, he'll be fine. Just continue to clean up the waves as they come in under the tower. No real way for EXTREMUM to dive in and pressure him at this moment.
Looks like Rebel will be the one who actually takes the stacks. Not going to actually leave it for that Troll. He wants to get himself that farm. That level is just a little bit faster since he did whiff that first Mars ult.
Dire's middle tower
very quiet opening there.
It is
8.5 minutes. Nobody's dying.
No, everyone's just chilling. They're just playing their lanes, playing the farm. We saw the rotation of 3 to mid. Maybe we'll see another big rotation either now that there's an Exorcism available, or maybe wait for Catapult. Looks like EXTREMUM wants to go for this tower here.
Yeah, I think Mello
doing some scouting.
I mean, we saw last time they were able to do a fair bit of damage to the tower, and Winstrike at the moment not with the best ways to blow up the Death Prophet. Maybe if they bring over chshrct and they can have them up. But I actually see the 2 of them here are going to step into a setup for the arena, but they're going to look to try and turn onto Rebel. Rebel's got the backup of pantomem and yamich though. The Terminus done, they take down G. As the 3 of them trying to turn and fight into the Mars, but just a bit too tanky at the moment. They don't have the burst to take him down, especially when he's got the backup of Panto and the Oracle behind him.
And a weird angle of approach, both supports running on top of each other at the angle where Yamich just de-warded. So they just walked right next to each other, right on top of Rebel, and he just gets a free setup for his ulti. That was quite a big mistake for him. Not being separated as bottom.
They got they've got him. Playing well, he was obviously amped up, and they had the vision. Yamich, he was ready with the setup, hiding in the trees, and he just gets caught out by the setup from the Lion, who wasn't ready for that Earth Spike. Didn't expect it at all. Or maybe he felt that he didn't need to worry about it because he didn't think he could get sort of 100 to 0. But it's a lot of lockdown, the line and the slaughter.
That was beautiful. But you wouldn't expect the Lifestealer to die at this point. He's had such a decent start, but yeah.
Obviously, TP's coming in. Diving pretty deep here, chshrct and yamich. As Chu and Shachlo are here with the backup. And chshrct, is there any way he can run away from this? The embrace the links on him. It's pretty speedy, but they'll catch him. Shachlo able to slow him down, kill him off. As the TP's in, will punish Winstrike for getting a little greedy there with that dive.
He actually went forward so far. Trying to coach that dream under the tap. Punished. Let's force some moves. Rebel just continues to spam the wave, so he's not really even like looking to spear the death. Probably just killing the wave, trying to slow down that push in mid. Catapult is just gonna walk into the tower. It's gonna die.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I've got to be a little careful now with the line having 6. If Rebel can find that catch with the arena, yamich is going to be able to step in and burst them. They'll look to set up with the smoke for this situation.
Well, sitting around the area, but yeah, Mello could just instantly die. They have no way to really protect him.
If they get this up, he's not ready for this smoke. Yeah, backup's inbound. G's trying to help out, but he's only got himself caught in the arena as well as they burst the Death Prophet, and they'll take down G as well. Smooth smoke there. They use that good timing on the level 6 and the power of the burst that yamich can offer.
And you couldn't ask for a better timing, really. The smoke rotation as the Yules is getting delivered to the Death Prof. Potentially, if she has it first, maybe she's able to find some type of play, which is the Yules or something, but nope. They get the kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
they can maybe the tower a little bit, and now they're still a little too afraid.
I'll see it again here. Just feeling confident with the vision he had here during the daytime, but the smoke catching him off guard, and nothing that G could do to help out there. Just caught in the arena as well.
Yeah, playing Death Prophet without a save for the majority of the game is going to be tough. Thankfully, later on, we may see some like Infest to jump in to heal him up and stuff like that to counteract some of those bursts. And he will have probably like Winstrike Shard to basic dispel and the healing, but tough this top. Free kill, nice from Chu.
Tier 1 in the mid is just a push away from falling.
I think she liked this build that I'm seeing from Shachlo. It's different. He's got Falcon Blade and Treads, and then he's going for Solar Crest himself. As we said, they're going to need one.
Okay.
So I like that he's moved the priority up as this Razor. A little unorthodox, but
mellojul's going to go for it here. What the Yule setup? Well, Panto's there to hold him back. I mean, he won't get the kill, but he should get the tower. Here's the tower. The fortify. I mean, they have got arena. If Winstrike want to try and take a fight. I mean, they're keeping the tower alive.
Can deny raid, but yeah, chshrct rotates over to make sure that they can't actually get the guarantee. And now no exorcism. Definitely see Winstrike look to hit back. That's pretty much, I mean, that's like the majority of the damage that really does come from EXTREMUM in the early game.
Yeah, this is at least sort of 3 efforts around the mid with the exorcism, 3 times by now. And the tower still remains. And damage has been done, but Winstrike doing a good job to really limit what EXTREMUM's able to pick up in this early game.
Yep, buy themselves some time for the troll to get back online at a decent time, decent pacing for the battlefield, which he is going to have. Even though he's laning versus the Razor, it's going to be pretty early. He's going to have it done probably within the next minute or so. Not the slowest, or not the fastest, but the slowest, either by any means. As they still keep hunting yamich. They know he wants to just farm a Blink Dagger freely up here. He's farming pretty well on the Lion. Like whenever you see those 5 positions or positions sitting in the lanes by themselves, always want to try to get a punish.
Especially when they have sort of the double blink combo of him and chshrct.
He's got the blink on Cheshire. It's pretty good timing, honestly.
So now that the mid defense gets even stronger. And this time around, there's no fortification. Shachlo is going to get caught in the arena, but the silence comes out to stop the spear follow-up. And then we'll get the tower. This time round, Winstrike not able to stop it from falling.
Top tower is under attack.
Shachlo is the one who wants to get initiated on. He's this 1900 health, 14 armor, beefcake that he has to be for Mello. He has to just be that front one to get the brute force of action that goes on to him. This Winstrike, they're going to go for a smoke anyway. Troll going to continue farming, but chshrct, like I said, Cloudar, you're not about pushing lanes, you're not about farming, you're about hunting.
This Lifestealer better watch out. Nefrit, he's farming this camp. They're gonna get vision of him here. He's out. Ooh. He's away, and they won't get the catch. Nefrit.
Don't get the D-ward though. If he didn't have that ward there, he's like
he's getting caught.
That ward just covered him. It's time to chew. As he gets all that information of them rotating top, he can now farm a little bit toward his Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker finally, getting some freedom. 0-0-3. He's had a very quiet kind of game, but he's done his damage, involved in all the kills so far.
Dyrachyo, he's just charging down it. He's just going in onto Chew. I mean, Shachlo's there at the side of him. Got TP's coming in, so Dyrachyo, knowing that he won't die. In fact, chshrct's coming in with the backup. It's going to be able to jump in. Towards Shachlo, good fisher from Chew will block the three of them back. chshrct, he's actually still going to look to move in on this, but extra backup comes in. Mellojul comes in with the silence down with the two of them. And Shrug's got to back away. The Yule setting up, actually blowing the Echo Slammer here to take down pantomem. So, I mean, that's a lot for an Oracle, but it gets the job done.
Yeah, they got him. Mello now can at least hit the tower a little bit here as he's solar crested up. Just maybe because of the pace of the game, they're just like, whatever, you know, and throw some ults out at this point. Like, nothing's happening anyway. But yeah, no Echo Slam now for 2 minutes. It's going to be.
chshrct's going to get the jump in. Arena's down, the front fish around, they got the silence down to the two of them. chshrct getting taken down by his Phantom's Embrace. In fact, he's gone. They can't commit for the kill onto mellojul. The backup and numbers are there on EXTREMUM. Nice soulbind and double silence just stops any follow-up from Winstrike's combo.
They'll get the deny at the very least, but another nice hit from EXTREMUM. And yeah, just a completely different game as we saw from the first one. If they're actually able to play DotA with their heroes this time around rather than being fully countered. Yeah, some good itemization and just good overall movements. I don't mind that Echo Slam at all. As Chew he's gonna have Blink Dagger now in like 1 or 2 waves. And that all kicked off because, you know, Dyrachyo, he saw this Earthshaker farming bottom alone, right? So he wanted to try to slow him down, try to kill him before he gets Blink. It actually ends up hurting him quite a bit because of all these defensive follow-up moves. Who got the Philly? EXTREMUM has got the Philly. Very nice.
Who's gonna be holding that? Chew?
Chew already has his Blink. Maybe I should give that one to G in a moment. So we can get that shard at a good time. Maybe get that.
Look at this though. This is one of the wonderful things about the Slaughter and a Troll. You know, the two of them, a perfect duo to take down Roach no matter what's going on in the game. As they take it very, very quickly and easily. Aegis now on Dyrachyo.
Very smart too, right? Echo Slam down. Exorcism down, they know they have the freedom to be able to walk in there this time around. It's mid.
They're going to get the arena onto the two of them. Yeah, Rebel's ready to go. BKB's DD pops as Houston moves straight in onto Shachlo and mellojul. That's the 2 cores gone. I mean, that all happened ever so fast for EXTREMUM. They weren't ready for that one bit. Winstrike just step up and take down 3 heroes.
He just walked in too. This is not a Blink Dagger, Mars. He just walked in from the side and just got the ulti on the two of them, even though he was slowed from the Razor. Just perfect.
I guess they just didn't expect him to commit or to make that move.
I guess not, and they stacked up really hard and still didn't have any of their big ultis or anything to protect Chew. He's got Blink.
Oh, but he's been jumped!
Yeah, he gets jumped himself.
Yeah, they will turn quickly, yamich. They will fall to nefrit. They pop the Echo Slam down onto chshrct. Got the save, false promise comes out, but pantomem goes down. nefrit committing onto chshrct. We'll see them jump forward, continue to chase him. He will live long enough to get the blink off and get out of there, but not a bad turnaround, considering that was a situation where, you know, Winstrike, they were the ones trying to make the jump as they spotted EXTREMUM. EXTREMUM will still get away with getting 2 kills, not losing their lives themselves. And nefrit's pretty much got the AC done, so he's going to have that build-up of armor against this Slaughter.
Very nice. And I guess, yeah, they did not expect that infest inside of the chip. They thought he was alone, but yeah, get fully turned on. And I think chshrct lived solely because of Essence Ring there, increasing his health just over a bit.
Yeah, we see it here, yamich. It looked like a nice quick jump into the trees, but nasty surprise hitting them. as nefrit getting a good amount out of that turnaround and keeping him in a very good place as the lifestealer. Very much up there at the top and hitting fast timings.
They needed something to come back after that big hit though. Right? They were up like what, almost 4,000 gold, and then that big ulti from the Mars from Rebel kind of smashed down their entire lead. So good that they got that. Now Rebel, he has himself a split dagger, also the God's Rebuke talent. Doesn't go for the armor. He's all about that damage.
We have so there's the patch fastest on a lifesteal AC, no surprise. This was pushed up in priority on Nefrit's build, and understandably so against all the physical that's coming out. Winstrike, they're going to get jumped at you. It's over towards Rebel, but Rebel puts the BKB, gets in the arenas down. He's caught the four of them. They're going to get yamich in with the angle on the side. They're focusing down G. G will fall. Nefrit now is going towards the slide. I'm trying to bring down chshrct, but it's 3 dead. Dyrachyo is going to chase Shachlo out of the fight, splitting him away from the lifestealer because he has no damage at all. It's been completely taken away from him by the Razor. And bring him down once. We'll actually see the lifestealer able to get out with a rage TP. Dyrachyo is going to go to Shachlo for a second time, and Shachlo is relying on the Yules and the static link. And that will be enough to still allow him to walk away.
Oh. I think I just learned something new. Did you know that? Fervor continues through death because he still had the stacks from attacking the troll. From attacking the Razor. So when he respawned, he still had 12 stacks of Fervor. I didn't know that it actually worked that way.
Yeah, no, I guess that's interesting because it is a buff rather than a debuff, isn't it?
Right? Like, wouldn't you would die, but it cannot be dispelled. I guess not even death removes the Fervor. Okay, I actually did not know that one. The big hit Winstrike, they come back just way too clumped on the side of EXTREMUM. Rebel, he did get the perfect opportunity though, and that was an arcane rune jump that he gets the 3 of them all connected. Exorcism was popped as well too, so EXTREMUM, they get hurt quite a bit from that loss. I didn't see that wrong, did I? I don't know. Maybe I did with the Fervor, but...
I think you might be right. I feel there's definitely other things that can't be dispelled, and that does include death not being able to dispel them from yourself.
Yeah, does you see DD rune? They just get denied down bottom, or who grabbed it? You get in the bottom, get denied.
Extremely, they've got to be careful about the next move. They do have all their ults ready to go. 4K lead now.
Rebel just go straight for the Deso. So, minus armor, might as well get some more to counteract the AC. They're going to probably want an AC of their own at some point afterwards for Rebel, but that'll be down the line.
Yeah, she's just going for his BKB next to help deal with the sort of the silences that are coming out from the mid lane. Just a good jump with the Echo, straight in on the Mars. They take him down. chshrct, he's on the run, but they'll get him as well. A lovely jump there from the shadows. Shu setting it up.
They caught them kind of sleeping at the wheel though. The 2 corners farming the same wave on the enemy, enemy side of the map past the river. They were just literally hitting creeps together. A great move by EXTREMUM, but Winstrike maybe letting up a little bit, not being that focused at the getting caught out with that.
That was odd indeed.
Dyrachyo, 400 gold off the BKB, and then we'll see sort of how much easier of a fight can have. Still, the static link will of course be an issue. I'm just gonna sort of hope that someone else has gone in first, that the Razor's been tempted to link, but you can imagine most of the time Shachlo is going to be saving that static link for the troll.
Yeah, Winstrike's got to get the initial just disables. They don't even have to per se kill Shachlo, but if they can just stop him from cat link for the majority of the fight, then we can see that troll definitely just pop off. And they have a lot of control.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Thank you, my beauties.
Looks like they're going to smoke. They've got that BKB. They're definitely looking to fight right now, especially because Echo Slam's still on cooldown for quite some time. 50 seconds without that. They're just going to smoke blindly. Extremely aggressive. Actually, they do have the 1 warrior. Sorry about that. They see you. They're just in. It's going to be pretty easy for them.
Rebel is actually going to get the catch up to mellojul. He's going to set up with the arena. Mellow's gone. He can't get out of this. Sort of multiple times where we've seen Rebel just maybe not get the initial jump, but just able to run people down and catch them in the arena as they're not able to get away quick enough.
And that one deep ward that they do have on the map benefits big time. And you see both T0s trapping dyrachyo.
Yeah, they're going to get a nice link out of this. Okay, we'll manage to break a good bit of it here with the force from Yamich.
And I think they're happy. They're going to back up.
They're still just maintaining this lead, but EXTREMUM, they've got the ults. They're heading out. Echo Slam. No DP, but this may cause Winstrike to not expect this. He's actually dropping everything onto the Oracle. I mean, the Oracle, very, very dead. See if they can get Rebels what they can. A good long duration stun, leaving no chance for Rebel to counterplay.
Can they get lucky and get a Roche respawn as fast as possible? That would be super fortunate.
Yeah,
They'd be able to need it pretty much right away. And they need it, because otherwise Winstrike, for the most part this game, Winstrike is always going to have that control around Roche because of how fast they kill it. But let's see what the timer is. It's 2 minutes. How unfortunate for them.
She was checking it out, but won't find the chance to have a shot whilst Winstrike are down and out the sides.
At least it'll give him time that Echo Slam back up when Roche is up. Maybe making another hit.
I mean, they're going to try for chshrct. Again, Yamich able to break the combo with the force, getting him back to safety.
So they have to just keep... The sad thing right now, too, is that you have to keep checking the area. Because right now you have a chance maybe to get Roche. We have a chance maybe to get Roche, but you can't now with couriers. So you actually have to keep your body there physically, be scouting out that Roche, which you know, as soon as it spawns, like Winstrike, they're going to kill it so quick if they are in the area. So got to stay in this perimeter pretty much as EXTREMUM. Even if bottom is pushing in, you have to stay up here. On disc now for Mello, so he won't get popped as quickly.
So they're still tempted to jump. chshrct and dyrachyo do watch from the side, but both teams going to be very cautious with the next move. As a lost team fight will probably mean a lost Roshan.
Yeah, Mello, he has to be careful too of just an unfortunate scenario that could happen for him. You know, he could get gone on and then a purge comes in from the Oracle as soon as his Aeon Disc gets procced. So they have to be a little cautious even with an Aeon Disc on this Death Prophet, because there is an Oracle.
Hey, Shachlo is going to show himself on the wave.
He is so far. He didn't get a glimpse of him for a second there. He actually got away from the move speed. Whew. And that'll be pretty much his BKB on the Razor. So now those links are going to be a lot more difficult for Winstrike to interrupt, unless they just get the force staff to push him away. But Shachlo can have a lot more freedom of just baiting the spells onto him and giving maybe opportunities for mellojul to actually do stuff in the fights. As we've been seeing, this Death Prophet is really suffering, unable to really get much off most of the time. Arcane Rune and Quickening Charm, though, on this Death Prophet, too, for the next fight.
Oh, they've definitely got some good stuff to throw out around the Roche Pit fight. The Echo and the Exorcism. Winstrike may still have the lead in gold, and Troll does continue to farm it at quite a bit better pace than that of the Lifestealer. 4K lead right now for him.
His matchup stays being pretty good too. Like, it just continues to get better and better versus that Lifestealer. He just has to watch out for Razor for the most part. All these items, every item that he picks up on Troll is just that much more beneficial compared to like Lifestealer in comparison. Sure, Lifestealer has Halberd, which is good versus Troll, but it's different. It's Mello. He shows himself.
I mean, they're being careful, Winstrike.
Yeah.
I don't want to quite blindly jump the DP. So they know that with nobody showing on the side lanes, EXTREMUM, they'll be completely behind him.
Scan comes out just in case. We'll catch them there in EXTREMUM. I like the patience though. They've literally just sat here for what, like 90 plus 2 minutes, like 90 plus seconds to 2 minutes or something. They understand how the map has to be. This is how they have to play around this Roche in this high ground. As a gem, it was picked up on the side of Winstrike, I believe. It's all gonna be up to these initiations. Mello. Oh, steps forward.
They're in on him. So the counter purple is all right. They're going to turn the truth, going to get over the echo stun. They make a jump over towards the Slaughter. Can they quite burst in those? He's still escaping. The follow-up stun is there. They will manage to take down chshrct. Rina gets dropped. mellojul will be held to the side. Shachlo continues to push on over towards Panto. They'll bring down the Oracle. It's 2 down on Winstrike. 2 buybacks coming out immediately though from them as they're looking to turn. Dyrachyo popping the ult, turns over towards the Razor. Q comes in with the stun control. Shachlo, can he get out? He can't. The damage is done. They'll lose the Razor. Dyrachyo, who's he going to look towards next? nefrit committing with the Rage. Silence comes out, but it's the second killer for the Troll. False Promise comes out just in time for Dyrachyo to continue to fight on top of the DP as the Death Prophet getting fully focused, taken out, triple kill for Dyrachyo's Winstrike with smart buybacks. They keep the fight going, the finger into the spear, they lock him down. It's another one for the Troll. Ultra kill for Dyrachyo as Winstrike, they fully focus those buybacks coming in clutch. It gives them the power to overtake the side of EXTREMUM team fight. Now Roshan is theirs.
This is some of the better balls. Completely clutched it out. I thought it was actually looking pretty scary because Dyrachyo had popped his ult a little bit aggressively. It looks like he was getting turned. Oracle shows up, Slaughter shows up, they turned the whole fight. And EXTREMUM maybe overextending a bit much after they did see those buybacks. Because that Mars ulti, it kind of whipped. They really wanted to take the fight with that Death Prophet ulti going. I actually saw some, this is really like little thing that I saw in the fight, but could have made all the difference, was Death Prophet backpacked the Aeon disc when the Troll was initially going on him. So that, because I think Winstrike was trying to proc it and then make it go afterwards. So he backpacked it and then looked for the reset by putting it back in, and it ended up not working out, but it was a cool little thing I definitely wanted to point out that I saw him do.
Obviously, after that Roshan shard on Dyrachyo, he's going to have the ability to... Honestly, probably most of the time his attack speed is going to be nice, but given his allies the status resistance, could be pretty big against the silence and stun lockdown that EXTREMUM have. But we see this fight again, and just a fantastic turnaround from Winstrike in a situation that looked to be going south pretty quickly. But buybacks, no hesitation, and everything just gets a little too split up for EXTREMUM. You know, Shachlo fully committing, and Dyrachyo just having the fantastic lineup around him that just enables him and gives him the space to turn things around.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's all about troll in this game, right? Even from both sides. It's all about like limiting the troll's damage. One side is about
Radiant's bottom tower
Dyrachyo pops the rampage.
He's going to lose almost the entirety there to the full length. Can Shachlo actually do anything with this though? Still hard with that Aegis on Dyrachyo, cheese on the Mars.
Winstrike's super ready for the fight now.
A 12k lead now.
It's a good job of like these resets and everything. Where you see EXTREMUM, they do have some ways to do damage if they can keep people inside of it. But yeah, Winstrike.
Oh, ball true! He's in with the echoes, but able to blow up yamich. They'll turn over towards the Troll, but the false promise comes out. Dyrachyo, he can't fight back at the moment. He's down 120 damage to the static link. The rest of them are out of there. Okay, Panto's not. He will get left behind, so they'll lose the 2 supports. Shoot does have the Fisher control. Dyrachyo's going to go for the BKB TP out. There's nothing to stop it. So all things said and done, ultimates committed there by EXTREMUM. They will push back Winstrike, but only getting the 2 supports. They don't find anything more there for their efforts.
They didn't find the gem either. The Lion actually had the gem. Look at this courier right now. I see Lion's courier.
He's going to get it back.
In jungle, it's attempting to look for it. I think he's going to get it. Look at it.
Is a great
Agent courier coming in. Yeah, he's going to get his gem back. So, all right. They may have lost the supports, but the big thing was recovered at least. The end of it all.
Regeneration.
Very nicely done there by yamich.
Beautiful.
And it is a pushback by EXTREMUM, but still, they need a little bit more than that to turn this lead around that the Winstrike's got going. And of course,
was just so massive. He's level 25 too, so he's got the strong dispel, so they can't 100 to 0 him ever. He's got the satanic for the basic dispel, as well as all the turning and healing and everything. He's got the rampage for the extra status resist and all that too. He is gonna be a tough cookie to crack. They're gonna have to somehow isolate this troll completely, and they just have to keep finding access into the back lines. If Extremum wants any hope in the game, they have to get on the Oracle. They have to get on the Lion like they did.
No, and he's been so smart with his positioning. 7-0-6. They've not been able to get him all game.
Yeah, he's got Abyssal now, so another form of lockdown and control. He's got the Ags queued up next. A lot of different fun things that he dispel and more dispels on dispels on dispels, as we're saying. Even being able to dispel Aeon Disc, right? Even the active that does pop from Aeon Disc, you can throw axes at it, you can dispel it. So eventually we'll get to that point, as it will still take some time to farm it, but another Abyssal. Double Abyssal.
Oh, I said these fights. Yeah, they're going to be so hard for Extremum.
This poor Lifestealer now has lots of different forms of BKB control that he has to worry about, not just the bash.
Radiant are scanning.
Shachlo, if he steps up and farms this top wave, he could be in a little bit of trouble there. He's going to show. But they're going to ignore him, actually. They're going to keep sweeping over. Maybe they get Shachlo on the way back. They do. Shachlo is on the way back home. But they're ready to put a stop to his way over.
Top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
And the scan, it comes out. It hits all of Extremum. Extremum playing around a ward at the moment. Winstrike looking at objectives, trouble. The illusion over here, he'll send them in for some information. Maybe a bait. Oh god, if they jump this illusion.
Oh, they won't.
Oh god.
They won't. They won't. They know. They know.
He has it.
They know now. They know now. So no echo.
Well, they know now. At least
no
they didn't echo it.
Yeah. He kept it cool. He kept it cool. He knew.
Now they'll see the real Mars. He revealed himself in mid, so they're looking to set up around him with the Shadow Amulet Chew. Waiting for something, as they do know the rest of the team is up top. Mello has to be quite careful how he shows himself up here.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And the final outer tower there being taken down by Winstrike.
And now they claim possession of this high ground. They put the gem down to check out where that ward is. They know it's up there. They drop it one more time to get vision, I believe. Never mind,
Yamich is just dead. I'll take that.
He's a guy got a 4-staff. They're not going in here anyway.
He's good. Now blink on Panto as well. So the saves. I mean, how on earth do you ever commit onto this troll?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah. How do you kill him?
So big. Like, he's
30k net worth. Yeah. Oh. How do you kill him?
Matchup for Lifestealer as is. Throw all the buffs and whatnot on top too that this troll is receiving from his team, plus the rampage that he's gotten. Now they have -4 more armor on the Slaughter too. This is going to be really tough for Extremum to ever kill him, it feels like.
He's just so far ahead there. What we see as well already was getting a good lead against the farm of the Lifestealer, but that, I mean, of course, that ultra kill in the mid just set him just a whole nother level ahead.
Yeah. And now this is actually never would I think I saw this, but Timeless Relic on a Slardar, probably the best hero they have to pick it up. So.
Yeah, but you're basically going to be partner stunned between the bashes and the crushes.
Yeah.
Hello. Instantly broken.
It's just so hard for Extremum to do anything. Like, this troll just has so many buffs he's just going to be receiving that are just going to counteract the debuffs that Extremum's trying to throw on him. And yeah, they'll never 100 to 0 him because of the strong dispel, because he has panic, he has a Oracle behind. Oh, I didn't even know that was... All right, a lot of these talents, you know, it's tough to remember all of them. I didn't know that one was one. Plus 15 armor on False Promise. That's cool.
That is nice, yeah.
15 more.
And honestly, I mean, I don't know what it was before, but it's probably something underwhelming at level 15, right? Was there any crazy... Oh, was it cast range talent on Oracle?
It was cast range, yeah.
There was.
I think like, all of these talents are so much cooler for me because they're actually hero independent. I love
Absolutely.
them.
All right, well, if you didn't have trouble killing this troll before, Monitor horn as well. Another little nice one.
Fortune.
Got himself a penta as well.
Oh my goodness.
Standing toe to toe with the life stealer were also pretty phenomenal.
He's got money for. I mean, he's getting to the point where he's running out of item slots. I mean, what did you just get rid of the Battle Fury for the Skadi? I mean, what are you doing next in your items?
Well, he wanted the Aghanim's Blessing, but he switched it up a little bit here. I mean, we'll see. The next big fight is going to be around that Rosh. And the thing is that Winstrike kills it so fast. Like, the fact that Extremum's even, like, if they show Lifestealer bottom, I feel like
they're just in there.
Immediately committed to the pin.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think they're going to probably do quite soon. They have scouted it. But yeah, it's going to die in pretty much no time. Oh, they actually messed up the corrosive, so take a second application to go on.
Oh, we got it. Very, very quick refresher shot for Rebel, so he's going to have 2 rounds of the arena in the fight.
Sure. Double arena or even maybe double false promise or something. I think it's probably Rebel, but yeah, lots of different things they could do with this one as the lead is starting to get pretty commanding.
Extremum, what kind of high ground defense they have there? I think a lot of pressure on Chu maybe to find some big echoes. It has sort of been the echo slams that set up them for some good fights previously. Now doing it.
Have to get a wrap around and they're gonna go for it. G as well as Chu.
Okay.
Whole very long way around the side.
Shachlo's getting a good link off onto dyrachyo. So the start of the fight with a good bit of damage done. They get the jump over off the line. They take down the line. They get the 2 supports. A perfect wrap round, but of course the buybacks from Winstrike come out with no hesitation. Relble's back in. Has the Spirit down off the line too, and they're turning straight over towards him. Can they bring him down? Dyrachyo heading in. They bring him low too. He's been able to keep control of the fight for Extremum. But they take down chshrct. They take down Relble. They'll bring dyrachyo down the once. They go the second time here. Fully surround him. The link is building up, and there is. There's no help for the troll. Extremum. They're going to hold on as Chu. He's making it work with this shaker. Every single fight I feel that we've seen go their way has been off the back of a good echo slam. Chu continuing to pull them out. At this stage, whilst they were so far behind, now it's been shut down to a 4K lead. A huge team fight swing there for Extremum, thanks to Chu.
Everything that could have gone right in that fight did side of Extremum this time. They get the Lotus Orb on Nefrit too. Both Abyssal Blades that Winstrike casted on him actually got reflected back on themselves too. So they maybe potentially would have killed at least the lifesteal side of all that, but nope. Little Lotus Orb, big Echo Slam, wrap around.
Yeah, that smoke was, yeah, they wouldn't have had any chance trying to do that front on from the high ground. A smoke making all the difference, and Winstrike not completely prepared for that. As now it's, they're up to the base.
Lifestealer's 25 now himself, even though he's 10,000 gold behind control.
And they don't want to buy back Winstrike here. They're going to just let this Rax go. They don't want to spend their buyback with the death time as low as they are. They do a tier 2 still in the side lane, so they don't need to worry about further base damage being done. But a heavy hit there from Extremum. But you know, in a game where most of the time they've been down 10k, they've been far behind this troll, they're certainly the team that's first to break the base and get a set of racks.
Yep, I mean, bring up the graphs. The graphs tell the entire story of this last situation too. After we look at this beautiful fight from Extremum, it's literally perfect. Every little thing that could have gone right does. Rebel's reinitiation, it looked decent, but yeah, look at the Lotus Orb.
Oh, here we go. This is the Abyssals.
That's one Abyssal.
Oh no.
Control in a second too. He's gonna run in. He's gonna Abyssal himself too.
I mean, dyrachyo, he saw that Lotus Orb was on there for a long time, you know. It wasn't like, I mean, sure, yeah, I think if you're a Rebel, you could claim, oh, caught me by surprise. Dyrachyo straight up said, yeah, I don't mind Abyssaling myself. Maybe just felt confident because he had the Aegis, but of course, by that time that he was coming up for a second round, his team was not in a position ready to help him out.
No, definitely not. Even the Grimstroke heal. I actually didn't really point that one out either, but every little thing in those type of instances do kick in. That Ink Swell, of course, coming in, keeping that nice Dispel too.
I mean, G gets his Ags online. That's going to be a rather annoying. A lot of money after that fight. And so is Mello. Mello's nearly got 6k gold he's holding on to.
I think I'd actually see him built into you're not into like a super carry that's like this Terrorblade or something that actually benefits. Like it's not an illusion.
Okay.
I think I'd actually like to see him
What just with the hex or the E-blade or some sort of damage?
I would like that much better.
Dyer's bottom
Just any type of control.
Oh, Chu! This time they'll find Chu. They get the jump onto the shake from the side. BKB the ult comes out. And they'll turn straight over with mellojul for them. And they will manage to dispel the E on this. Taking that off him. dyrachyo, can he continue to go? Shachlo pushing him back, waiting at the Lotus Orb. They'll lose two, but this time it's going to be EXTREMUM committing the buybacks, trying to turn it around. They've got the control on the Shachlo, though. Shachlo goes down. He does not have a buyback of Relball. He's able to get out. And the play comes in true. With another Echo Slam, he's able to take down Panto. But this time, the cause of Winstrike, they'll survive. And dyrachyo, he's ready to go to work onto the lifestealer. Science comes out and turn them, but Relball's back in with the control. Nefrit hexed up by yamich as they take down the lifestealer. Two cores down on EXTREMUM. As the rest, they have to run. This time around, EXTREMUM, they try to use their buybacks, but in a similar situation to that of Winstrike in the last fight, the buybacks won't quite allow them to turn things around as Winstrike will get back to coming out on top.
I think Mello should be quite happy that he even scurries away with his life. He almost just gets brought down to full from the troll and the oracle at the initial go of the fight. Yeah, this time EXTREMUM, they get jumped. Chu just a little bit out of position. He actually got revealed for a good second and a half, and Slaughter just is able to go on him. Like they didn't react quickly enough as they all get collapsed on, and Troll's actually able to do his full damage. Sure, long team fights usually benefit.
Oh, he's in. Oh, a little bit deep here. It's fine. He's got a force to get him out. I think at least dyrachyo, he's actually still trying to go to it. Going for the kill here. With the jump on him. He's got the ult back up in a second. What's the invisible blade with the Lotus Orb will perfect it. He's going to pop the ult here. The Fisher blocking them off. dyrachyo, he's getting stunned. Nefrit, bit of haste momentarily to come out with the crush. And the finger, but it's not enough damage. Nefrit's fine. He's going to look to go straight on towards the Troll. Troll's able to fully heal up thanks to the Satanic. But Nefrit's got the rage. Good to go get Chu with a 3-man Fisher. Locks them down. Allows Nefrit to take down dyrachyo and move over the X1 stun towards yamich. Yamich goes down. chshrct falls in the mid lane as that's 3 dead. I mean, it's all over the place, this game. This time around, dyrachyo just running in past the tier 3, trying to cause some chaos at EXTREMUM. They're happy to bring it straight to it.
He has to hold his ground. He can't run from the lifestealer, and then the supports just free cast. G as well as Chu just literally sit in the back, spamming their spells over and over and over again onto this troll. The heals, the stuns, it's enough.
No, I mean that.
His ground versus this troll, even though he's so much less farm than the troll, they have all that.
Yeah, I mean that move was pretty wild, you know.
It was.
They're straight in past tier 3s and racks under tier 4s. Let's go. I mean, well, one of the situations where his teammates are probably not happy that he brought a Swift Blink, because it definitely made him feel like he could just commit pretty wildly into the base. And you're doing that against something Yule's control, against a team with a shaker, and especially considering how well Chu's played, they're going to punish you for that dive.
And now Mello's level 25, so look at all these ghosts. We've got
oh boy.
Exorcism spirits, buildings are just dropping. Shachlo almost 25 too. Some big mistakes coming out from Winstrike and EXTREMUM.
Yeah,
capitalizing with some nice moves though. I
mean, a game that Winstrike was having a pretty solid hold on, and yeah, 2 racks down now. 2 racks down. The gap being closed. We'll see this again. Yeah, dyrachyo, he realizes pretty quickly that he probably shouldn't be where he is, but at that point, you know, it's just the fight's gone into disarray. Winstrike, they're panicking. It's like, well, what do we do? dyrachyo's trying to get out of there, but Chu's in. And they just can't take down Nefrit. You know, we talked about the survivability of the troll, but amongst all the action, even with the control that they were able to get off onto this lifestealer, again, another hex from yamich, finger as well. The lifestealer's too tanky. They can't kill him, and Chu just lining up stun after stun with these beautiful fishes. We'll see another one in a second come out again, and he finds the angle, locks the 3 of them down, and Nefrit's just got all the time in the world to get these kills.
Yep, and it's the other thing too is like you see this constant healing, even with the lifestealer stun, you see the constant Inkswell. It's just like a 7-second cooldown. There's also creeps. It affects creeps with how much it burst heals. So that whole time, lifestealer's just healing off of all the targets that he's actually getting hit with that Inkswell, which is probably what gives him that insane survivability. This fight's continuing to be pretty insane.
chshrct, he's going to drop the ward down. Well, they see with the fish, they're going to try and jump on him. The dyrachyo's going to come over the counterplay, looks towards Nefrit. But the Ratchet's coming out, Arena's down, it will trap them, but chshrct's got the BKB committing over the standing, then they'll use the force to break dyrachyo. dyrachyo safely off to the side. As they'll back off, nobody to fall here. And both teams able to disengage. Winstrike maybe.
Extremum still has their big ultimates available. The Exorcism as well as the Echo Slam. Still at the ready.
Minute and a half till Roche. That will be the very important next play here for both teams. As chshrct is getting gone on. See if they can catch it. chshrct is going to jump in. He's going to offer the shaker. They get the control and take down Chu and a important kill, removing the shaker from the team fight. Now dyrachyo is panicking. The stun's dead. Nefrit comes in with a bash. Is there any help for him? There's not. Panto couldn't get in range as Mello was running him down, and Panto, he was having a split. He was not able to get in to help out his troll.
BKB gets popped. It's you know, it's that 6-second duration. It gets popped early at the start of the fight, and then that's where G's like,
always the buyback.
It's a troll. You just get those silences. They force the buyback to try to fight around what they think will be that Roche that's up.
Yeah, it's up in about 30 seconds, and they know that the buyback's still on cooldown for Shaker. So Chu can't turn up the fight, Ghosts are down. So buying back to secure the rush, which in all honesty, they probably will. I think it's rather hard for EXTREMUM with 4 of them to push Winstrike away from the pit. They may try to. We'll see if they do try to. If they get away with it, it's going to be pretty huge. But it's just, they're in straight away on a death bomb, but the arena's down. The Shachlo with the BKB, the battle trance comes out, but the Slink is there. dyrachyo, he wants Lotus though, so at the moment, he's not losing too much damage control. Hex control out to nefrit. The force bonus coming out rather early on dyrachyo, keeping him safe. The stun, getting Lotus back. dyrachyo, can he quite finish off nefrit? He's focusing him down. Can they bring down the life stealer? They can. Nefrit goes down. Now they turn over and want the death profit, but the damage from the Ghost and Shachlo, it's too much for dyrachyo. The troll is out of the game for 2 minutes. Yamich, he's trying to get back in on this. The Silence now, he blinks to the side. The flicker allows him a time to get the stun. chshrct catches him with a follow. The crush comes down. They burst down the death profit there with the God's Rebuke. Now they go over towards the Razor. But there's 3 down at the moment on EXTREMUM. Buyback comes out from mellojul. Shachlo, he's trying to step back up. Has to be a bit wary of the blinks, yeah.
They're going to re-go. About it still here. They're going to get their gem back, and they can go into this road.
Yeah, they don't need to drop. Big moves there. And
crazy fight.
I mean, a lovely kill onto mellojul there from Yamich. Gets silenced, but having that flicker so able to remove and getting a new position, it still lends up Lotus. He's stunning himself. But just enough for Chu. Actually going to get Chu. He's going to get the steal. Is he able to pick anything up, Chu? Got the cheese. Nothing else. Nothing else. It was a good attempt there, but not quite soon enough as Winstrike able to get the Aegis. And of course the Aghanim's the big one as well. Who did that end up going towards? Who was able to get the grab on that? They're going to save it for the troll.
I think the Mars. I actually would like if he takes it to it.
He did, yeah. Mars has got it right.
Yeah. Because you can just pop out that bulwark the whole time to be doing even more damage in the fights and be a bigger nuisance as well. Refreshing was clutch for Mello in that last fight. It almost ends up winning it for them. He does get it right before the fight kicks off with Exorcism, but jeez. This fight's crazy.
This is a wild game. 52 minutes in right now. Look at that. All over the place, this graph. And, you know, we're still sat at 2K difference in the gold. Win probability also been all over the place. Reached about 80% at the moment for that of Winstrike.
Just checking out all the talents that people are starting to receive too.
Any crazy stuff?
chshrct, he's got the big one. Level 25, Corrosive Haze, Undispellable. So
that's best one in the game.
There's still going to be a little reflect and all that, but this is probably the most impactful 25 that we have now.
Nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do. A bit of status resistance will help a little bit. How long you've got to deal with it on you, but chances are it's going to come straight back on. He's going to keep that on you 100% at the time.
Yep. That's going to make it a lot harder for them to actually stand toe-to-toe versus this troll, because a lot of times it's getting like slightly dispelled for like a second or two here, gets reapplied, but those slight seconds, it's massive, as we see how much Nefrit's been able to survive in a lot of these fights. It's going to be a big one. They also buy Rebel. He buys out. He buys an overwhelming blink too, so this Mars, it's going to be annoying. It's going to be really annoying and really disruptive for these non-BKBs, these supports in particular. What's going to happen from that overwhelming? Like, he's just going to kill them in a blink and a rebuke, and the supports may just die.
I mean, can EXTREMUM even afford to go for a move whilst they've got the Aegis on Winstrike?
They're going to try to do something sneaky. They have the double refreshers. They have the refresher also on Shachlo for his double ult with his Aghanims. Lots of uncontrollable damage coming out from Extremum in the fights. The ghosts,
Dyrachyo.
Rezo.
We're gonna have the BKB and the link come out immediately. The Lotus Orb was there straight away, so he's not going to suffer too much from that link at all. mellojul coming in with the ghost straight on the back line, but they've lost the shaker. There's no Chu comes in with the buyback, silence down under the troll. He's getting over the false boys, comes out from Panto. Keeping Dyrachyo in fighting shapes. He turns over all Shachlo's BKB about to come to an end. They've got the stone control and the finger out onto nefrit. They're focusing down on life dealer. Can they bring him down in time? Screw over to the side, they'll trap him under the tree, but Chu's got the Fisher angle, takes down the Slaughter, but they've lost mellojul. Nefrit's trying to go towards Relbel, will manage to take down the line. This is two dead for 2 minutes on Winstrike. Extremum, they've got to try and get this life stealer out of it, or maybe not. Nefrit's thinking about turning back into this. He knows there's only 3 alive on Winstrike. The Phantom's embrace out onto Relbel. They get into him, he's in the trees, he's able to get the blink off in time. As Relbel's away, Chu, see if he can find the Fisher controls. Panto, he's holding his breath here.
Chu, he's dying. Relbel's gonna get him. And she got him.
All right, so diebacks all over the place here. 2 dead on both teams for quite a while. Panto will be able to TP back in 15 seconds.
Okay, so the troll actually looked like he was going to die. I think they passed on the refresher to him in the midst of the fight. He gets a second battle trance on and ends up surviving because of it. Panto will die, though, also a dieback. Down for 2 minutes nearly.
But how did they know he was still down there? I guess they
just knew.
They did they scan? No, still cooldown the scan. How did it was in there? Maybe they saw him. Sure. They kept track of the fact that he was trapped there early. All right, well, he's dead, and he does not have buyback. So they're actually a pretty big fight, because now the 2 cores left up from Winstrike, they're fighting without the backup of the Oracle. As Extremum make a very big brain play and check the trees and kill him before he's able to TP back. Make the jump in Dyrachyo. Put the BKB. The link coming out. Mellojul in place. He's actually going to start backing away towards the end of the BKB as nefrit trying to take down the racks. Very, very tanky. You can't give them your push. Okay, I thought, I mean, okay. I feel like if you wanted to, you just pause the game and say, hey, yeah, we need to pause toilet, or, a cat jumped on my keyboard. But, all right, I don't know. He's back anyway. It's all good. He's back anyway, and still, shout out to G there. He had good intentions.
Yeah, that's a good question. Those 5 minutes are this for each specific game, or is it, how much is this per series?
Well, I believe, according to the admin, there was 10 minutes. You get 10 minutes in a game.
It's 10 minutes.
Which is pretty bad. I thought it was only 5 minutes, but 10 minutes, apparently.
This is the Rebel is just DCing a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's true now. Don't DC again. Could be a bit spooky.
Okay, no shaker, 15 seconds, no Oracle, 30. Winstrike still looking for perhaps a jump at the on top.
There we have it. And they go for the start. They're going to need to jump on chshrct. The Youngest coming to the side. They'll get on top of the line. The Lion's gone. Dead for 90 seconds here, yamich. The chshrct trying to go here for the Grimstroke. They get the stun back, but chshrct pulls the refresher. Ready to go with the static link. Draining the troll. Taking down Dyrachyo's damage. Choosing the episode. They bring them down. 4 dead on Winstrike. None of them with buyback. As Extremum should have a pretty good route here to close the game up, as there's no buybacks available.
So much more.
Exposed throw.
And they've got it. They've got it here.
From Rebel. Just reconnected.
Oh, reconnected, but this feels bad. But there we go. Game 2, Extremum, they will do it. And a game that, again, halfway through, it began to look like it was going to be nearly as tough as game 1. Some good turnaround, some little sort of sloppy, maybe too comfortable with